After years of fan demands, the Snyder Cut of Justice League is finally on its way to audiences. Was this version of the movie always real? Why didn't we get to see it in the first place? And what can we expect when it makes its debut? According to The Hollywood Reporter, Justice League went on a 2-week hiatus in March 2017 so director Zack Snyder could address a family matter. In May, the tragic reason for the break was revealed. Autumn Snyder, the 20-year-old daughter of Zack Snyder and Justice League producer Deborah Snyder, had tragically taken her own life. By that time, Justice League was in the middle of a rigorous post-production schedule in order to meet a release date of November 17th. But the Snyders announced that they were stepping away from the film permanently to grieve and heal. The decision to walk away came after Snyder screened a rough cut, which is likely the origin of any Snyder Cut rumors, and then decided it needed some additional scenes. Screenwriter and director Joss Whedon, best known for creating Buffy the Vampire Slayer and directing the first 2 Avengers films, was hired to write and direct the additional scenes. After Zack Snyder left the movie and gave up control, Joss Whedon got around $25 million to shoot a lot of new material, and then oversaw the theatrical release of Justice League, which the studio mandated run 2 hours or less. All that considered, there just has to be a wealth of unseen footage, and it had to go somewhere. In December 2019, Snyder confirmed that some kind of Snyder Cut existed, posting to Vero an image of film canisters labeled ZSJL Director's Cut, running time 214. Decoded, that's Zack Snyder Justice League Director's Cut, running time 214 minutes. That's a 3-hour and 34-minute movie, well over Warner Brothers' 2-hour demand. Electronic musician Junkie XL told Screen Rant in 2019 that he completed a score for this extra-long Snyder-approved version. But is a Snyder Cut a glorified extended edition DVD-type deal? Warner Brothers producer Charles Roven told the Washington Times that the math doesn't allow for extensive changes between Snyder's vision and Whedon's end product. He explained, "Let's just say 80–85% of the movie is what was originally shot. There's only so much you can do with the other 15–20% of the movie." Yeah, not exactly an optimistic perspective.
Oh, see, now that's cold. That's a betrayal. I feel stung by that.
Partly because neither critics nor big DC fans especially cared for Justice League, and partly because the public knew all about the film's extraordinarily troubled production history, the legend of the Snyder Cut grew in the years after the film hit theaters in November 2017. In 2019, Snyder Cut demanding fans pulled $1,170 to hire a plane to fly over San Diego Comic-Con, trailing a banner that read, "WB, release the Snyder Cut of Justice League." On November 17, 2019, the 2-year anniversary of Justice League's unveiling, the hashtag Release the Snyder Cut movement launched. On that first day, more than 400,000 people called on Warner Brothers to release a cut of the film that the studio wouldn't even confirm existed. In fact, Warner representatives wouldn't comment on any plans for re-releasing Justice League at all. As early as 2018, a Warner representative told the Wall Street Journal that the company had no plans to release a different version of Justice League. But where there is a will, there's a way, and DC fans, cast included, turned out to have a hell of a lot of will. Surprisingly defiant in the face of Warner Brothers' indifference, members of the Justice League cast have repeatedly spoken out about the Snyder Cut, its existence, its quality, and whether it should be released. When Release the Snyder Cut became a trending topic and rallying cry on social media in 2019, Gal Gadot certainly put some pressure on Warner Brothers executives. In November 2019, she tweeted a picture of herself captioned, "Release the Snyder Cut." Ben Affleck followed suit, and so did DCEU actor Joe Manganiello, using the hashtag alongside an Instagram picture of himself in his Deathstroke costume. Ray Fisher, who played Cyborg, also echoed this call to action, though he later deleted the tweet. And then there's Jason Momoa, aka Aquaman, who claims to have actually seen some print of the director's original vision. He told MTV News,
"I'm obviously indebted to Warner's and DC, and I don't know how they feel about it, but I mean, as a fan, I'm very happy that I got to see it."
Superman actor Henry Cavill, however, claims not to know what anybody is talking about. During a press tour for The Witcher in December 2019, he told a reporter, "I have not seen any Snyder Cut. I don't know if there is anything that exists that is a Snyder Cut. I'm sure there is footage out there which has probably been pieced together over the years." We may never know the specific act, be it by a fan, a cast member, or even Zack Snyder himself, that finally made the release of the Snyder Cut a possibility. But one thing is for certain, somehow someone successfully brought it back from the dead, kind of. You see, if any Snyder Cut of Justice League ever did exist, it was definitely a work print, or a rough cut with missing effects. incomplete, and various other holes that prevented it from an initial release. On the Real Blend podcast, filmmaker and comics media lover Kevin Smith said that the Snyder Cut was never a full-fledged film. Instead, as he explained,
it was a movie that, like, people in production could watch and fill in the blanks, but was certainly not meant for mass consumption.
That would explain why it's not hitting HBO Max until 2021. Just after the announcement that some form of the Snyder version of the film would eventually make it to the streaming platform, The Hollywood Reporter noted that the filmmaker has a lot of work ahead of him. He's rehiring the original Justice League post-production staff to get the Snyder Cut into releasable shape, which means a lot of editing and special effects rendering. There's also speculation Snyder will have to bring back the film's superhero cast to record new dialogue for unfinished sequences. The newly produced material will be expensive. Warner Brothers has earmarked somewhere between $20 million and $30 million to finish the movie.
We're with you till it's done.
Honestly, I think we're all gonna be dead way before that.
Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Looper videos about your favorite movies and TV shows are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and to the bell so you don't miss a single one.